guys. Okay, I didn't warn my child that I was going live in here, so I apologize if she comes in and interrupts. It'll probably happen more than once. But I wanted to go live and onboard you guys because we had so many people enroll in the last month, and I haven't updated my new onboarding my old onboarding video in quite some time. So you guys can tag all of your new teammates, but also tag your existing teammates. Because rule number 1 to onboarding is you don't just do it one time. In fact, the more you do it to yourself, the more successful you will actually become. I onboard myself every single month. Oh, look, I hear someone coming. Hey, I'm live right now. Can you guys see this mess? Hi. He's been hunting every single day. Okay. So the important thing is that you onboard yourself every single month, that you have goals in this business. If you have a why, that's the first thing that you need to know is your why. So if you guys haven't downloaded the new Smart Start worksheet, I think that's what it's called, Smart Start Workbook. I put a tab in our files and our team page, but I also put another one, or you guys can pull it out from your back office as well. So here's the deal. We have a ton of promotions going on this month, but I also want to remind, and I'll cover those in a separate post, which I think I've already done. Hi, Melody. But I want to cover onboarding with you guys. It is one of the most important things in your business. If you've never done it before, then this is your first time. It's really simple. It really is. So you print off this the workbook basically, and you start filling it out. But I'm going to cover a little bit with you guys so that way you guys can kind of get my 2 cents on how this has really helped my business. Previously, before we had onboarding, I just want to say that my duplication was working, but it was because I made up my own system. And then since my system wasn't the same as everybody's, I had some teams that were not doing well. I had some teams that were doing really well. And you guys, what's duplicatable is what's really going to work in your business. You can promote sales and you can, get a lot of customers, VIPs, and market partners all day long. But if you really want to hit senior executive director, then you guys got to have duplication. You can't do it on your own. You've got to make sure that you are creating leaders to sustain themselves and also help promote other leaders. Because like I said, you can't do it on your own. Hey, Natasha. So first things first, your why. Write it down. Write down your why. And if you guys don't have a burning why in your body right now, then you're probably not going to go very fast. You're probably not possibly going to go anywhere in the business. Your why has to be something that is going to push you through some of the hardest times in your business. It's got to be something that literally could make you curl up in a ball and cry. You want this so bad. For me, it was being able to buy my own groceries. It was to buy my kid new shoes every school year. Things like this can change somebody's life. Not having to look at the account before you go fill up your gas tank. If you're in that type of position, then that's your why. That is some serious why. And then also some people, like a girl that you guys will hear tonight, Lindsay Mulliken, she's going to share with you guys her why. Her biggest why is to bring her husband home. He's gone working all the time, and she wants him to be home with her family. They've got little kids, and they want him to be around for that. Hi, Sarah. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have a fever blister, and my nose has been running since Monday, nonstop. I finally started on antibiotics because this is just not cutting it for me. So thanks, guys. I feel a lot worse than I look. Apparently I look okay on here. So basically your why needs to be something that's serious, and it has to be important to you. I don't know what that is, but dig deep and find it. And you might not know what it is off the top of your head, but during the day, whenever something comes up, you'll know what it is whenever it hits you. Write it down and know what is driving you, and you need to put it somewhere where you can see it constantly. And that's what helps me a ton, is to remember my why. And what my why is right now is to help you guys get out of debt, help you guys become financially free, and also to help impact the world. That is my why. I don't sleep well at night if I'm not fulfilling my purpose. And in fact, I kind of get a little bit depressed when I'm not working my business, because this is my why. This is my passion. This is what I do every single day that helps me stay out of my own personal rut, is helping other people to be successful. We've already been financially free. We've got our beautiful house. There's so many things I could go on, but I had a why in the beginning, and then it ended up turning into I want a house, and then it ended up turning into like I want paid off vehicles. So whatever your why is, write it down. That's your first step. And if you guys are doing the business, if you guys have been doing the business a little bit longer than, your first month or two, you still have a why. You have to write it down, and it'll change throughout the month. It'll change throughout the years. So find out your why and write it down. That's step number 1. Second step is write down a short-term goal. And I'm going through the same pages that you guys will see here. This is on page 2. Write down a short-term goal. A short-term goal is something that you need immediately, like by the 15th of next month. So on January 15th, how much money do you need? And not only that, you guys, Monate pays out weekly bonus commissions as well. So if you're needing a couple $100s in 2 weeks, get some sales done before this Friday and you will get paid the following Friday. You guys can sign up market partners for product packs and you guys can earn additional bonuses for that. So know that you guys have this business in your hands, and that's pretty incredible that you can get paid weekly. Hi, Naomi. Thank you. Thanks, guys. I'm going to a awesome concert tonight. It's Lindsay Sterling Holiday Concert. I don't know what it's called, but she plays the violin. She's really awesome. So I figured I'd be all Christmassy today. And plus I'm excited about the new sales. So Christmas is here in my house. Number 2, right along with your short-term goal, the second thing that you need to know is your midterm goal, which is something a little bit further down the road. So I don't know what position you guys are in. This is something for you to evaluate yourself. Hang on a second, let me fix this. But for some people, it's something to cover the mortgage payment. That would be incredible, right? Where you don't have to worry about your mortgage payment or maybe your car payment. If those are your midterm goals, then write those down because those are important. If you guys are not writing down your goals, then how can you celebrate whenever you actually accomplish that stuff? We don't celebrate just rank advancements in this company. We celebrate every single goal that you have for yourself. Because a managing market partner's goal is going to be a lot different than a senior executive director goal. But what matters is your goal. So whenever you write it down, you get to check mark off that you were successful. And that is more important than a paycheck. Because if you know that you're successful, how far can you go by doing the same things over and over? That will create $1 million club earners, you guys. This is the penny effect. If you take a penny and double it for a day, in 31 days, how much money do you get? I think it's $11 million, or 30 days, it's $11 million. You guys got to remember, this is ongoing, continuous business. We are working for our residual income, and you guys can have all the things that you want. All you got to do is know that you got to be duplicatable, but it all starts with these small goals. Okay. Oh, and then at the end, the bottom of page 2, there is a check picture. I want you to write down a big, huge, scary number in there. A big one. Like a big, scary number. I want you to write this down for how much you want to earn in a month in the future. This could be 5 years down the road. And I tell everybody, give me 4 years. Give me 4 years. Everyone that signs up, I'm like, if you want to make 6 figures a year or 6 figures a month, give me at least 4 years to work with you. That way you can learn how to become independent. Some of these people have never done network marketing before. Some of them might not see success right away. If you give them an ultimate vision of 4 years down the road, that will give you 4 years to work on their personal development and their skills to where they can become successful. I don't know what word I'm looking for. So, Kendall's wearing red. Oh, we need to do some pictures together. Maybe a live video. That would be fun, huh? If you guys don't know who Kendall is, she's a girl who signed up when she was 24 and she's earning over $100,000 a month, and actually double that. So she can do this. Anybody can do it. All right, go on to the next page. Page number 3 is who do you know, and this is what we call our contact list. It doesn't say who are you going to sign up as a market partner, who are you going to sign up as a VIP customer. It simply says who do you know. That means if you have a phone, who's in your contact list in your cell phone? If you have a friends list on Facebook, who's on your contact list on Facebook? I'm not asking who your friends are and your best friends or your family members. I'm not asking for that right now. That's not what this page is for. Page number 3 is for people that you know or have acquaintances with. If they are on your friends list on Facebook and you go to the first number, let's say it's an A and it's Albert, message Albert and tell him you are expanding your network for 2019 and you would love to get acquainted with him so you can network with him for your business. Every single business owner today or anyone who's working in the field today in any type of corporate job or self-business, they are into networking. They can't get a successful business going without networking. So whether they're in real estate or maybe they have their own retail shop or maybe they work at a company, them bringing in clients and socializing with people is making them successful too. Same thing applies to you here. Don't get into your head on this part. Do not get into your head. You will prejudge like 98% of the people that are on your contact list today, and that's going to be your team in the future. So the first kick in the butt I'm going to give you today is do not prejudge anybody on your list. It actually gets me emotional thinking about this. Ann Fisher almost prejudged me. A $5 million earner in 4 years, she almost didn't message me because she was prejudging me. And her rule of thumb is everybody goes on your list. And if it wasn't for her rule of thumb, I would not be here today, and you guys possibly wouldn't be here as well. So she changed my life by not prejudging me. And you guys, everybody on your contact list knows somebody who could be $1 million earner on your team. And most importantly, they may not know, but they possibly could be praying for this opportunity. Or maybe Albert knows somebody who's praying for an opportunity like this. If you approach him in a professional manner, you will snag his referrals all day long. All day long. So remember this, no prejudging. And the fact that you guys have a friends list on Facebook or people in your contact phone, I know you know people. I'm not asking who your dream team is right now. This is who do you know? So write down every single name on this. Don't worry, I'll teach you how to reach out to people. I already gave you a clue right there. 2019, I'm expanding my business, and I would love to get to know you, and I would love to show you the services that I provide. It may be for you, or it may be for someone you know. If you need to write that down, go for it. It works for me. Next part is page number 4. This is where you're going to write down all your connections of the people that you either sampled or did expose the business to. Let me go right into exposure since I brought that up. You're not going to sign anybody up on one exposure. That means if you send a message, you're not going to get anybody out of that message. It takes 4 to 6 exposures on average to get somebody locked in. Every time. You're never going to land someone with the first message. So be prepared for that next step. The next step could be your hair quiz. The next step could be explaining the business module for somebody who's going to send you referrals, such as Albert, who might not be interested in doing the business, but he'd probably love to get your referrals because you're going to do the same thing for his business. Maybe he's in contracting, and maybe Albert has an amazing contracting business, and you would love to bring him some clients. Same thing. Help other people out. They will help you out. Most of my people today have actually come through people I've networked with, and they know my business plan. They know how I promote my business, and they know that I'm a professional, so they will refer me all day long to their friends. And honestly, that's where most of my people have come from in the past 2 years. So there you go. Exposures, 4 to 6 exposures. One of the second exposures could be the hair quiz. One of the second ones could be, let me sit down with coffee over you, or let me sit down over coffee with you. Sorry. Did I mention I'm dyslexic? And then the other thing could be a 10-minute phone call. Just it. That's it. You guys don't have to make this complicated. You just got to know the steps. That's it. The steps is what got me successful. It wasn't me getting into my head. Every time I got into my head, I was taking 2 steps backwards. So don't get into your head. Just do your job. You guys can be super successful as long as you don't get into your head. Now, pick your dream team. And you guys got to remember, you are giving people a huge, huge, amazing blessing with this business. So don't think that you guys are like asking people for money. And in fact, this month is amazing incentives, and I won't repeat them on here because I know this video will get played again in January. But now, page number 5 is where we talk about your dream team. This is really fun. This is where you get to pick and choose your favoriteest people on your contact list. Think about this. Who would you love to go on a cruise with to the Bahamas or to Bermuda, or maybe a fun trip down to San Francisco or something? Wherever you would like to travel and have fun with your friends, that's probably your dream team. Or who do you know that's one of your good friends that you haven't talked to in a while and you would love an excuse to hang out with them or stay in contact with them? Trista Dingen. Trista Rankin Dingen. Her last name used to be Rankin, but now it's Dingen since she's married. But I've known her since I was a little girl, 4th grade actually. And I tried to recruit her in my previous business, and I tried again in this business. I think it was during pre-launch, or it was within the first couple of months. I messaged her and I said, you're on my dream team, because I got taught that you want to make connections with people that you like. And Trista was one of the girls that helped me go through depression when I was growing up. She's somebody that I care a lot about. I messaged her 4 years ago about this opportunity, and guess what? It wasn't until January or February that she reached back out to me and she said, okay, I want to do this. And I remember you telling me that I was on your dream team, so I want to do this. And now Trista and I are working hand in hand. And guess what? I talk to her all the time on the phone, and that's the most funnest part of my business, is that I get to keep that connection and relationship with her. So think about old friends, think about new friends, think about friends that you want to have on your team, because you're going to be getting close with these people to help them succeed. They're on your team. You are responsible for helping them succeed. You're not responsible for their success, but you can definitely guide the way by mostly helping them get out of their head, honestly. That's the biggest step for me. So, dream team, write them down, okay? Don't leave anybody out. Schedule your launch event if you are brand new. This is also on page 5 too. But if you're not brand new and you're an old market partner, make sure that there is an event going on in your area, and if there's not one, then plan one. Just have a little holiday get-together at your house, a Monate holiday gathering. The reason why you want an event is because your business is built from event to event. That means the things that you do in between the events are what are going to accommodate, I cannot talk today. Those are the things that are going to accumulate for your success from event to event. So maybe a wine and wash, or maybe coffee slingers is what we have here in Oklahoma City. And I was too sick to go on Wednesday, but I am hosting one next week. I'm going to be hosting it. So every single week there is an event going on here in Oklahoma City. And I am so thankful that I have a great leader, Ann Fisher, to hold me accountable to hold these events, because I'm not very good at it. So Ann is great at it. So she's been hosting these events, and I offered to help take over some of those. It helps me be accountable in me going to these events and hosting them. And it also helps her to know that she's working her business too by planning them. So my whole point of that is that host an event and make sure that you have something going on. Even if you don't have a guest to bring, I promise by you going, it should encourage you to continue on in your business. There's been so many times when I wanted to give up, but I went to an event and it helped light my fire again. And then when I went out and I was meeting people or doing whatever I was doing, I invited those people to the next event. So that way I didn't have to do like a hard sale or whatever you want to call it. I always feel like it's super hard when I'm sitting down at a coffee date trying to talk about the business to people, especially if they're not real sure they want to do it. It's way easier if I bring them to an event and they get to meet the culture and the excitement, and they get to hear the testimonies of other people who are making an income and the VIP customers who are having amazing results with the product. It's way easier for me to get somebody swooped into this business and coddled and feel like they are important too by going to these events, rather than just me doing a one-on-one event. So the one-on-ones are really great, but these events are seriously what have built my entire business, and they have kept people in the business. I could recruit probably all day long, but if they're not going to stick around because they don't feel important or feel like they're a part of a culture, then they could leave tomorrow. And that's the most important thing, is you want these people to feel like they are a part of it too, because they are. So schedule your launch event if you're brand new. It doesn't have to be significant, and you can also go to one of those local events that you guys are having. If you guys have no connections where you're at, say you just moved to the area yesterday and you don't know anybody, host a Facebook event. Do it on Facebook. Do something. Just don't sit at home hoping that you don't have contacts. Do a Facebook live event with your sponsor. Create a private group, and then you and your sponsor can help cover the Meet Monate presentation and explain what Monate is and what it's done for you. And obviously, if you're brand new, you don't have a testimony yet, but you can say what your hesitations were and then why you decided to go ahead and do this. Whenever you talk about your hesitations or maybe your reservations of what you had when you were looking at the business, you relate to other people who are also having, Ann Fisher, I'll call you right back. But you will relate to other people who are maybe second guessing on doing this. So it's a really great way to, I lost my train of thought. This is awful. Schedule your launch event. Just have it done. Have it on Facebook if you need to. And in fact, if you need to do both, go for it. Do both. And if you are at the event, you better be posting on social media that you are actually social in real life. Okay, so social media can do great, but nobody really wants to be like a part of a business to a girl who sits at her computer all day long and doesn't get out and have fun. So make sure that you are getting out and post that stuff on your social media. Use your Instagram stories, for example, and then add like an events tab. I can't remember how you do this. Kendall Weldon walked me through it the other day, but basically you have your stories, then you have this other part. You can add it to that. And then you can accumulate all the different events you go to that you're having fun at. Okay, schedule your launch event or go to an event. Promise me you guys will do it. Are you in? You're in. Do it. You can't build your business without them, I promise. Now, the next section on this Smart Start workbook that I'm going to cover you is sharing the love, and you guys can read word for word. If you don't know how to reach out to people or you're nervous, this will help ease your nervousness. But I'm going to tell you from my personal experience, because you guys can read this on your own. They talk about the you plus story plus open-ended question. It's very simple. Be honest. Whatever comes to your mind when you're thinking of that person, say it. Why you thought of them, compliment them, mention you jumped into something and that you would love an opportunity to have 10 minutes with them. The same message that you send your grandma is probably not going to be the same message that whenever you met somebody at the chiropractor, like I did. So every single person that you have on your contact list or your dream team is going to be a different way of how you communicate with them. Don't spam people. Don't mass text your people. It's not going to work. Personally pick them out and choose, know why you are reaching out to them. And if it is because I simply have a rule where I can't prejudge anybody on this business. If you want to start out with this message because it's honest, go for it. You can't go wrong being honest. Just tell them that you are reaching out to everybody because this may or may not be for them, but you know that it can help change somebody's life. And so reach out to them. You can't go wrong. But honesty is the best policy. Just be honest and say what's on your mind. And then you have page 7 where you can write down some of your examples of how you're going to reach out to these people. I usually don't even write this part down. Instead, I just jump on my phone and I start messaging those people. But whatever you guys feel comfortable with. It's kind of nice to see how you are messaging people because every month you're going to print this out and redo it and you'll see how much better you're getting. Now, select sampling. Select sampling is super simple. You use the Rejuvenate oil, the Revive shampoo, and the Revitalize conditioner, and the Replenish mask. Those are like gold every time. And tell them that you can troubleshoot if they don't love it on their hair the first time, but mention how it should feel squeaky clean. The volume line, which is what's in that product, should plump their hair strands 3 times in diameter while smoothing out the cuticle at the same time. So it doesn't flare out the cuticle like most volume lines. So have them try this, and if they've got more coarse hair, maybe try the Renew shampoo instead. But I have found that the Revive shampoo is one of the best shampoos to use on a first timer. And I score pretty good with those select sampling. And then I send them the hair quiz to see if I match them up properly. And then troubleshoot them through it. But it's also one of the exposures. So remember, it's one exposure. Now another exposure, if you go down to page 10, is the follow-up. Follow-up is how you finish your month. Follow-up is how you finish them signing up. Following up is so important, and like 98% of people don't do it. So get used to this follow-up thing. And that's why I mentioned the exposures, because over and over exposures are follow-ups. So get ear to ear, face to face, or over the phone. That's the best way to do it, is to do it in person. Texting is okay, but if they can't hear the excitement and genuinity in your heart, like in your voice, then it's easier. Let's just say it's easier whenever you guys are speaking face to face or over the phone. But the main thing on number 2, it says ask about their experience. You want to know if they liked the samples, or what their thoughts are on the hair quiz, or what their thoughts are at the on the event that they went to. Ask them, what was your experience? What did you love about it? Love. What did you love? Don't ever say, what did you not like about it? Because obviously they will spill out any nitpicking they could find. But if you mention, what did you love about it most? They'll probably mention, the mask made my hair feel like buttery soft. Say, perfect. Well, good. Go on from there. And then share the options, what they can do, VIP customer, market partner, and go on from there. That is pretty much all you guys need to know with your contact list. Now, as far as building a team and building your guys' organization and really coming up with some money, you might look at like senior executive director as like a really, really big step. I know I sure did. $800,000 in sales in 1 month was something that I thought it would take me years and years and years to accomplish. And if it still took me 5 years to hit there, I would do it all over again. But how did I do it? And the main thing how I did it was I focused on 2 things. Just two things, you guys. and that is the Smart Start bonuses for new market partners coming in, helping them get money in their pockets. And the second thing is rank advancing to managing market partner. It's the most important thing in your business. When you freak out and you feel overwhelmed and you feel like you're not accomplishing anything, go back to this Smart Start workbook and remember that MMP and Smart Start is the most important thing in your business. If you don't have someone new on your team working towards Smart Start, that should be your first indicator that you're not personally working your business. If you can get 1 out of 10 people you talk to, then you're doing great. You're doing really, really good, okay? Don't get discouraged. Discouragement will steal everything from you. You have to learn to bounce back, not be attached to the outcome. This may or may not be for everybody. If I would have given up 4 years ago because Trista told me no, I wouldn't be where I am today with all the directors I have on my team. So every no will lead you closer to a yes. So don't get down on yourself. Know that you can do this. This is a business that anybody can do, I promise you. If I can do it, you guys can do it. So go back, focus on managing market partner. If you are not hitting managing market partner yourself, then you should be responsible for helping somebody else get there. And simplify it down that way. Whether you have a very large organization or a really small one or nobody at all, it doesn't matter. Smart Start and MMP are the main things that you should be focused on every single month. Every single month. And it should also indicate whether you have new blood coming into your business or that maybe your contact list is a little dried up and you need to get out there and network with some more people. Either way, you guys can do this. Every single day can change your outlook of your business as long as you get out and do something about it. So anyway, I'll keep this short and sweet. So I hope that this helps a little bit. December is going to be incredible. I'm so proud of you guys. We've got so many new team members. So if you guys need any help at all, just post some questions down below here and I will try to get back and answer them. But you guys go rock it out. And I hope that this onboarding video at least helps some of you guys to really get going strong. And it really, really is simple. Don't forget, Market Partner Academy is in your back office to help with the training. But for those of you guys who don't like to get in and go through the training and stuff, I still encourage you to do it. But hopefully this will help a little bit, just hearing it straight from me on how I worked my business. When they came up with onboarding a couple of years ago, I was doing okay, but I wasn't duplicating all across the board. So we went from $1 million in team sales to what we're doing now. And last month we did 18 million. So I know I wouldn't have been able to do that without onboarding. Onboarding helps secure that relationship between you and your new market partner, but it also helps to line out a map that's not so overwhelming for them whenever they first sign up, which is really important. Because remember, simplicity is what's going to run your business. If it's simple, you can run fast. If it's overcomplicated, a confused mind says no every single time. So get out there and make it simple for your guys and your girls. And you guys have an amazing December. And let me know if there's anything I can do to help. And don't forget, tonight, Lindsay Mulligan is going to go live at 9 o'clock. So, all right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.